Hey guys, it's Carpo here. I just wanted to do a show today about daily life. The boredoms, the excitements, the mundane, the exceptional. And as we all know that many of us are on spiritual paths, and paths that may lead us to our ultimate understanding of the universe. But many people will tell you, well, the whole point is to spend your time searching, pardon me, I have the hiccups, so always searching for the truth. And when you're searching for the truth, it takes a lot of energy. I'm building a cabinet right now, cabinet door for a kitchen for a customer I'm working for, and it's not something I want to be doing. I'd much rather be learning and reading right now, but this brings me to the point of this particular episode, which is how do you maintain work and your studies and your spirituality all at the same time. Many people have given up worldly possessions and moved on, become monks, gone to monasteries and whatnot, and that's worked for them. Well, for the other 99% of the people that have children and families and careers, and we're not talking about careers to get ahead or to better yourself. I'm a carpenter and I work to feed my family. Now I love what I do. I love to work with wood. It's a very interesting product. It's always different. It speaks to me. It was alive. I can respect it and not waste it. And generally when I get to the, done, finished with one of my projects, I feel really good about it and I feel like I've done something that's productive. Although I know that in a couple hundred years it may be gone. Some of the furniture I build may not. But the point is, how do you maintain? How do you maintain all your learning and all your experience with all this mundane crap we have to do to just survive? Like Eckhart Tolle would say, live in the now, and that's all great and dandy, and I'd love to be able to do that, but I can't just live in the now. I have to think about tomorrow. So how do we balance these things, and how do we keep ourselves happy? Well, I found that if you don't love what you do at work, you're already having major issues, and I really feel for the folks that don't like what they do. I'm not going to say I always wanted to be a construction worker, which I didn't, but that's where I started. I gradually worked my way into finished carpentry while I worked there. Now that was my choice. Some people had the same choice, and they couldn't deal with the finished carpentry aspect. It was too confusing for them, so I kind of fit a niche, something that worked for me. And as I've been working for my own company for about 5 years now, and I do a lot, when I'm at work, instead of listening to the radio, I listen to like Coast to Coast AM, like George Noory, and educational alien things, everything from spirituality to government and what's going on in the world. Generally I stay away from the politics, but I just wanted everybody to know that there is no black and white, there is no right and wrong way to live, and you have to feel out your own way. You can't just listen to what somebody else tells you and take it as, the truth. And too many people have already done that in religion, and we're just as guilty if we believe a video we saw on YouTube. I don't expect anybody to believe what I have to say. I expect people to devise their own opinions based on what they hear. I'm not trying to draw any conclusions for people in my series. All I'm trying to do is open up doors of communication so those who do care can make the choice to converse about these things without feeling shunned or insulted. And I won't accept any negative comments on my page. I'll just remove them. Basically, I'm not trying to go against religion, and that's what I want people to know. My spiritual quest has nothing to do with the Bible. It has nothing to do with God in the sense of an old man in the sky. I consider God to be everything and everyone. So with this pantheist outlook on life, I find that it changes the way I behave. I find it to be much more conducive to my lifestyle and to many lifestyles than, say, Christianity or Catholicism, where you're intolerant and you don't believe that these other people, where they may say they accept other people's beliefs, deep down inside they think you're going to hell. And that's completely their choice, that's their prerogative. and they have that right. But I really don't want to hear about it because I don't believe in hell and I don't believe in Satan, nor do I believe in good and evil, because everything's perspective. So back to work. Working is an important part of our life. Everybody out there has to work. And the Buddhists, if they want to move up into the mountains and take these spiritual quests for years on end and not, become part of a normal society, as they would call it, a normal society, I think that's great for them, and they learn a lot from that, and we learn a lot from them. However, here's the way I look at things. Many people will ask, am I being a good person? Is what I do appropriate? And I always tell them the same thing. You have to be empathetic. You have to look at the whole situation and say, if everyone behaved like I do, how would the world be? And you have to be honest with yourself. You can't lie and say, oh, it would be great. If everybody sat on their ass and played video games all day, no, the world wouldn't be a very good place. If everyone took giant political pointers and spent their whole lives trying to get ahead of everyone else, well, that's what's happening in the US and the rest of the world, and that doesn't work either. So, what does work? Well, it's balance. It's a balance, a happy medium. There is nothing's for sure, nothing's for certain in this world. And so many people try to dismiss others' beliefs and create their own comfort zone so they don't have to think things over too hard. And I just can't buy into that any more than I can buy into the fact that nothing exists. So, I guess I'm a pantheist in the sense that I believe everything is all in one. When you're working and you have a family, it's very important that you don't set aside your family obligations for more work. When I started to earn more money, people would say, well, you earn so much money now, why don't you just, work more hours and you can make more money? And I just laugh and say, no. The reason why I work more hours, or why I make more money, is because I work to get to that point so that I can spend less time working and more time learning. Because I think that the Gnostics had it right, and we really need to be searching deep for our true path in life. And I refuse to give up my hunt. And I don't know what else to say, really. Just, if you're out there and you're working and you're wondering how to live in the now, you can do them both. I'm living in the now, right now, by posting this video, and I'm working at the same time. I just finished a cabinet door, and it took all of about 5 minutes. So, all I can say about that is, love what you do, if possible. If not, do everything you can to try to get out of that situation, because you need to love what you do if you really want to be truly happy. And if somebody else has a different point of view on something, please don't dismiss them just because they believe something differently, because you might learn something from it that's very important, something you otherwise would never have even understood. And I've been researching Bible scripture more and more. Have really no belief in the translations and no faith in God in the Bible, but I feel it's part of my duty to study the Bible and the Quran and learn these things for myself. So I have ammunition, I guess, so to speak, when people attack me for my beliefs. Not that I usually reply, because replying to people's negative comments just feeds the fire. And on YouTube, it's really easy to make a comment about somebody's video that's really negative because you don't believe in what they think. And it's taken me a while to get past that in life in general. Always expressing my opinion or trying to be right. I think the ultimate epiphany came when I realized that I know nothing. And a lot of people have said that. It's an old adage, an old saying, but it's true. I realized I know nothing, and that God is unknowable, and life is unknowable. And all we can do is keep searching. It's like trying to say that you've mastered chess. There's always something else you can learn. There might be